Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, get this title we're looking at today: a 1000% plus opportunity with three ways to win. But then it adds, with risk of a zero. I mean, wow. How do you even find something like that? What does that title even mean?
It's definitely provocative, right? Makes you stop and think.
Exactly. So, our source for this is a research platform called Bison Insights. They seem to specialize in the energy sector, finding these, well, unique situations. We're going to try and pull back the curtain a bit on their approach today.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Mm.
We really want to unpack this idea of asymmetric investing. What is it? And how does this specific Bison Insights opportunity, fit that mold? We need to understand the multiple ways it could win, but also, crucially, grasp that risk side too.
Okay, so first things first. To understand how you even get to a 1000% plus opportunity, we need to know about Bison Insights itself. It's not like just a newsletter they send out.
No, not really. It's described as a proper research platform. Their whole focus is on digging up these overlooked and misunderstood opportunities, mostly in energy, yeah, primarily oil and gas.
And the approach sounds quite specific: disciplined, contrarian, honed over, nearly 20 years by this investor, Josh Young.
That's right. And a key part of their method is they go deep, like really deep, on usually just one high conviction idea each month.
One idea. That's focus. And it could be different things like stock or...
Yeah, it could be a public stock or something like a warrant.
Mhm.
Basically an option to buy stock later at a set price or even a company's bond. The main goal, the absolute target, is finding that asymmetric risk reward.
Meaning the potential gain is just way bigger than the potential loss, hopefully.
Exactly, much bigger.
Mm.
And they don't just throw out a ticker symbol. They give you the reasoning. They combine detailed fundamental analysis, digging into the company's books and operations, with scenario modeling. They try to show how value could actually be unlocked.
So, showing their work, essentially. What events, what catalysts might change things? And the risks involved too, presumably.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Catalysts and risks are central to their analysis.
Okay, so bringing it back to this month's idea, the one with that wild title: a 1000% plus opportunity with three ways to win with risk of a zero. What makes this one stand out so much?
Well, the core appeal here seems to be these multiple independent catalysts. That's the key. Each one, kind of on its own, could potentially drive a really big return.
Independent catalysts, so not just hoping one single thing happens.
Right. For example, they mention a specific potential legal outcome. If that goes favorably, it could be huge for the investment, transformative even. But that's just one potential path.
Ah, okay. So when they say three ways to win, it really means several different distinct things could happen, any one of which might lead to a good outcome, not just like three slightly different versions of the same bet.
That seems to be the argument, yes. They analyze these paths to make sure, as much as possible, that one failing doesn't automatically mean the others fail too. And that layering, that's really the heart of this asymmetric investing idea they push. Multiple shots on goal, you could say.
Multiple shots. Okay, coupled with a defined downside. And we have to talk about that downside.
Definitely. The source is upfront about it. Risk of zero. That means the potential for permanent capital impairment.
Losing everything you put in. Oof.
Yeah, it's a real risk. But that's where the calculation comes in, according to Bison Insights. You weigh that significant risk against the multiple ways things could go very right. They argue that when you do that analysis carefully, the math is in the investor's favor. It's about finding that imbalance.
That risk of zero part is always sobering, isn't it? Really forces you to understand what you're getting into. Still, the source calls this one of the most compelling opportunities Josh has flagged in the energy sector to date. That's quite an endorsement given the stakes.
It is. It highlights the conviction they must have after doing all that deep dive analysis.
Okay, so let's wrap up this deep dive. We've touched on asymmetric investing, this idea of finding situations where the potential upside dwarfs the downside. We saw the importance Bison Insights places on having multiple, truly independent catalysts, not just betting on one event. And, maybe most importantly, the need to stare that potential for total loss right in the face and weigh it properly. It's about finding where the odds seem skewed in your favor through hard analysis.
Right. So maybe the thought to leave you with is this. What does this specific example, this kind of layered asymmetric opportunity, tell you about evaluating risk and reward more broadly? Not just in finance, but in any complex situation you face. How can understanding that structure, multiple paths to success alongside clear potential setbacks, help you think about challenges or choices in your own life or work? It's a way of thinking that probably applies well beyond just the energy markets.